Hey, this is Jason Morris with Real Estate Agents That Really Work. For years I've watched some agents just jump into the real estate business and their business just skyrocket almost overnight. Then I've met people who got licensed and I just knew they were going to do extremely well. And a year later, they'd quit, or after years of being in the business, they were just struggling to sell a handful of properties a year. So one of the questions I've asked myself is, why do some agents do really, really well and some agents do nothing at all? And I mean, this is across the country. Agents that you would look at and they had everything going for them. They grew up in the community and they grew up in the market. They were well known. Their family was well known. They were well liked. Their sphere of influence was enormous. They had sales experience. They were smart, good looking. They had every opportunity, and just for some reason, they just never took off. So I started thinking about this and thinking about, what made some realtors great agents and other realtors seem like they're stuck in failure. When I first moved to Myrtle Beach, I was right out of college. I finished college on like a Tuesday, and I was living in Myrtle Beach on Thursday. I went to Winthrop University in Rock Hill, which is just south of Charlotte, and it's probably, to give you an idea, it's 3.5, 4 hours away. When I moved here, I didn't know anybody. All I knew was that I was living at the beach, and that's where I wanted to move, and I had to succeed. I didn't really give myself any other choices. I didn't have like a job here waiting on me or anything. I didn't have like a safety net here waiting on me, and I didn't want to call my parents or my family and ask them for money, and I was not going to wait tables or go to work in the construction industry. I'd grew up working with my dad, who was a contractor, and I went to college so I didn't have to dig ditches and get up on top of houses and things like that. But after looking at tons of agents and really studying their actions and what they were doing, the number one reason why some agents do better than others is because of their standards. They have a list of things they should do, most agents have a list of things they should do, but they don't have a list of things they have to do. Things like, I should follow my schedule. I should use scripts and dialogues. I should use a pre-listing package. I should prospect daily. It's just I should. What never happens is they never turn that should into a must. Instead of it being this should happen, it needs to be this has to happen. That's where their business changes and their lives changes. When you go from saying I should do this to I must do this. What makes these other agents succeed is they have burned their boats. They've eliminated all their options. Then they have no other choices. They have to get up every morning and look for business. They had to figure out what to do to be successful. I had to get up and make calls and look for business. I had no other choice. When the market shifted, I started doing leases and short sales. I didn't do it because I loved tenants and paperwork. I done it because I had to, and that's where the market was going. If I wanted to keep the lifestyle I was accustomed to, I had to do the activities that were necessary. These agents that succeed, they look at all their resources and they try to maximize them. You can't do that when you're trying to just fit in an office, unless that office is averaging 20, 30 transactions or more a year per agent. These agents, they never do less than what they feel is the most they can do, share, or give. The successful agents look at what resources they have that they can work the hardest and take advantage of the most. Honestly, these agents that succeed are often not the smartest people. They're not the most tech savvy. They don't have the best websites, and they're usually not the best on the phone. And they don't have the latest toy or gadget or Facebook, whatever marketing thing, but they do have a drive to succeed. That tough mindset that keeps them from stopping when they've had a bad day or a bad listing appointment. The question we need to ask ourselves is, if we don't have that, what can we do to build that mindset? None of us got in the real estate business to struggle. We all started in the business for different reasons, but most everyone's reason is either money or freedom. And they either wanted to make more money than what they were making at their current job, and they thought real estate was the way to do it, or they wanted more freedom so they could spend time with their kids, they could create their own schedule. But the truth is, if you aren't making any money, you're not going to have very much freedom for very long. So we have to ask, if you are struggling, how do you change that? How do you truly change that so that you can be successful? The thing many people have to do to bring change in their lives is they have to get sick of what they're doing. You have to get tired of hearing about how bad the market is from agents just sitting around your office drinking coffee. I see agents that are working like crazy sometimes, and they just don't know what to do or don't know what to work on, and they're avoiding the true income activities like prospecting and going on listing appointments. They're busy just being busy. You have to be at a point where you're asking yourself or telling yourself there has to be a better way. You have to burn your boats. I used that phrase a few minutes ago, and some of you might not understand it. What that phrase is from is when Alexander the Great arrived on the shores of Persia, his army was overwhelmingly outnumbered. Yet he gave the orders to his men to burn the boats. That was their only means of retreat, and they just went up in flame. Legend has it that Alexander turned to his men and said, "We go home in Persian ships or we don't go home." So you have to do the same thing. You have to go all in, and you have to commit to your schedule, commit to prospecting, commit to using a script, commit to a sales process and rules for your business. Rules are what make your business operate like a business. You also have to quit lying to yourself. No one openly says, "I am a liar," but they lie to themselves all the time. They keep saying things like, "I couldn't make it to the office this morning because of blank." I mean, whatever it is. But in reality, you let something get in the way. You knew you were scheduled to prospect this morning, but you lied to yourself, and then you believed that something was more important than looking for business. You lied to yourself, and then you believed your own lie. If you had any other job and you didn't show up to work this morning for the same reason you didn't prospect this morning, would you still be employed there? The answer for most of you is probably no. Even if you had a good reason this morning for not showing up, what about all the reasons you gave last week and last month? Now, to create this lasting change, you're going to have to change your personal blueprint. And what I mean by this is, you know how a home builder has a blueprint for a home. We all have internalized a blueprint for our life and our business. You have given yourself a set of beliefs that lead you to the point where you are right now. And I'm only going to talk about the real estate business, but you've created roadblocks in your mind. Some of you don't believe that you deserve to make the kind of money real estate agents can make, or you don't believe that you can do the business only working 5 days a week. You believe all these household chores are more important than what you really need to be doing during your day. First thing you have to do is you have to change your blueprint. You have to look around you, your marketplace, who you know in the business that's doing well, and change your blueprint to match theirs. It's called modeling. If you have someone doing very well, we can typically look at that person, break down their activities, figure out what they're doing, and do the same thing and get the same results. For those of you that don't know how to model and copy another agent and copy their blueprint, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. The truth is, most of us don't want to have to figure things out. We want to be told what to do because it's a lot easier. You know, the 8 biggest things that successful agents do that unsuccessful agents don't is, number 1, they have a schedule and they stick to it. Number 2, they prospect. They have time in their schedule set aside to make calls looking for new business. Number 3, they don't make excuses about number 1 and 2. They don't make excuses about why they have to go to the office or anything like that. They don't make excuses about why they're not prospecting. All of these agents are strong listing agents. They take way more listings than they work with buyers. They set rules for buyers. Like me personally, I don't work with a buyer unless it's a friend or family member that I know or a referral from them. You know, it's hard to find an agent in any market doing over 100 transactions a year where all of them are buyer transactions. Number 5, they use scripts and dialogues. They follow a sales process. Every successful sales company in the world has a sales system, but for some reason, we don't think we need one as real estate agents. Most of us just go and do whatever we feel like we need to do or feel like we want to do, and we don't follow a sales process, and we don't use scripts and dialogues. Number 6, they find coaches and mentors to model themselves after. You know, you can have a mentor, but typically a lot of them in today's world, they're not a formal mentor. Maybe it's an agent, you know, on the other side of the country that you're friends with on Facebook, or maybe it's an agent that you like watching their videos on YouTube or whatever. But, but A lot of the successful agents, they have coaches and mentors. Number 7, they're always practicing their scripts and dialogues and looking for ways to improve everything. They're looking for ways to improve their listing presentation. They're looking for ways to improve the way they're handling clients, the way they're handling showings, the way they're handling basically their entire business. They're always looking for improvement. They're not sitting idle, just hoping things will happen or working through problems. Number 8, they constantly work on personal growth and mindset. So you have to make sure your family, your friends, and other agents know that you have to work and you have a schedule to follow and certain things that are expected of you, even if these are just things that you're expecting yourselves. So what you need to do this week is you need to go out and you need to get an accountability partner, and you need to get somebody that's tough on you to help make sure that you stick to these things, and somebody that you're reporting to on a weekly or monthly basis. Look for ways to force yourself to do what you say you're going to do and what you're going to do. You need to stop lying to yourself. This is Jason Morris with the Facebook group Real Estate Agents That Really Work.